Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we're doing the Romance Goals book tag. This special book tag was created by none other than Diana in the Book Hunt, centering around our most favorite topic, romance books. I am so excited to do this because she let me know she wanted to do a very special tag and asked if I wanted to join, and I couldn't be happier to go through all 15 of these prompts. They are so good that you're going to want to jump on this tag yourself, and I will tell you, if you feel that urge, go ahead and do so. I will leave the questions in the comments down below. Now, the first question I have on my phone is going to be, which romance trope will most likely lead to your perfect romance? Now, me personally, I think the hurt comfort trope is top tier. That is probably one that will hit every single time for me. Give me an FMC or an MMC that is going through some sort of physical pain or emotional pain, some trauma, and allow their partner to love them, nurture, and carry them through it and be there for whatever they need is always going to land with me. So I'm going to tell you, hurt comfort is going to do it every time. That specific caretaking scene, delicious. That kind of leads me to question number 2, which is, what do you look forward to in a book that will make it the most memorable one for you? Personally, if I can get a book to make me cry, it's automatically going to be a 5-star. If I get emotional and I get so invested that I am brought to tears, you've got a fan in me. That is definitely going to be the thing that is going to make a book memorable for me. Anytime I cry, I'm automatically going to be brought back into that scene, brought back into that emotion, and it's going to be one that will stick with me forever. Question number 3 being, which romance with acts of service is your favorite? Now, me personally, I am an acts of service girl. That is probably my number 1 love language, and so it stands out to me. But the book that I'm going to recommend to you, the male main character literally has every single love language down pat. And so, it stuck out to me because he did phenomenal with acts of service, but truly, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, you name it, he had it. And that's going to be Rome Martin from Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. This man, top tier book boyfriend. The acts of service, let's go ahead and just bring you peace, whatever you need. If you need to get away to read a book, let me rent a yacht. If you need someone to help with your bridezilla sister look for something that's not even lost, I can do that for you. Let me be that guy. Let me put all your worries and your fears and your troubles on me. That is the man that I can get behind. So none other than Rome Martin, top book boyfriend, but Only for the Week has a really good acts of service representation. Question number 4 is, name your favorite hero or heroine in a romance who has character traits or did something specific that made you believe that he or she is the perfect match for their love interest. Now, I will say both the heroine and the hero in Give Me a Reason by Stephanie Nicole Norris, they truly are the perfect match for each other because they were willing to sacrifice their love for the other person's happiness. Allison and Lance are always going to be top tier couple goals for me, simply because Lance had always had a vision for what he wanted out of his life. His family always had a goal in mind, and Allison was not that, simply because of something that is outside of her control. And she knew, because that was important for him and his life and ultimately his happiness, she was like, oh, I want you to have everything that you deserve, and I can't be that woman for you. And lo and behold, did she not know that this man said, I don't need that. My perfect happy ever after is anything with you in it, and all of that other stuff does not matter. That never came into play. All I want is you. Y'all, these two here, perfect match, and the way in which they were willing to sacrifice everything for one another led me to believe that. So definitely Give Me a Reason is one that I will never stop talking about. Question number 5 is, name a romance with relationship goals not only between the hero and heroine. It could be a side romance, it could be friendship, it could be familiar relationships. Now, I will tell you, this next book has all three. It has some side love interest starting to kick in. It has great family representation, found families to be specific, and then it has some ride or die friends. And I'm going to tell you, that is Heartbeats by Therese M. Clarke. This is a chunky book, but I tell you, it's because the relationship dynamics in here are packed in. In addition to that, it has romantic suspense elements. When I tell you, things hit the fan and everybody was down to ride. Best friends were coming in town. Brothers and fathers were down to ride. The boyfriend, the MMC, was over a cliff for this woman. Literally, I'm not joking. This had so many relationship elements that I found that I would love in the story. And this is the first in the series, so it only spirals and continues to get better from here. I absolutely love this, and I need more people to read Heartbeat. Question number 6 is, name your favorite romance with a memorable romantic gesture. Now, when I thought of this, I immediately thought of Shadowlands Omega. Our male main character, Yaren, he is the king of his territory. Like, he is no nonsense. He absolutely rules his land until he meets our FMC. And there's a situation towards the end where the romantic gesture was literally him bowing down and showing deference to her and being able to show every one of his people that he is over that she rules the roost. Like, you think that she is lower than you, but actually she is above me, and you all are going to respect her as such. She is the queen of these here lands, and I need you to know, when I bow down, you all need to bow down. Like, this woman here is my everything. Yaren absolutely did that with that romantic gesture. He was willing to sacrifice himself. I mean, to the point of like taking lashings for the woman. And I said, oh, baby, that is the top romantic gesture. When you can make sure that your woman feels not only seen, but cared for, heard, protected. Top tier romantic gesture done by Yaren. Question number 7 is, which couple do you know is in it for the long haul? Now, I'm going to tell you, my choice for that is Asen and Harlow. This is the second book in their story. This one is the beginning of forever. Yes, it is literally in the title. They are in this forever. But the way I see it is they built a relationship based off of a friendship. Truly, Harlow and Asen were good companions. They were friends. They built this banter, this way of being with one another that was just easy. It was comfortable. And then they got to the point where they made things happen on their own terms. Someone may have said, yes, I want this great romance for you. I want you to have kids. I want you to be married. I want you to do all of this. And they said, why do we have to feel the pressure of what everybody else wants for us? What do we want for each other? If we just want to ride into the sunset and we want to be together, elope on our own, let's do it. We don't have to make anyone else happy but us. And when you have that type of relationship, you have that type of understanding that this is literally my best friend. This is the person that no matter what, I know has my back, and we are going to do things on our own terms. That is truly how you know this is meant to be forever. Asen and Harlow, you can't tell me that they're ever going to break up. You can't tell me that they're ever going to be with other people, because there's no other person that was made for them other than the other person that's in that relationship. So these two right here, I know for sure they're going to make it. The next question is, name a book with a couple that has been together for a long time and is still working on their forever kind of HEA. I found this question to be so interesting for me, because I was like, does that really happen in books? But I will tell you, this book right here is literally made for this prompt. And I will tell you, it is a love story, not necessarily a romance. And I need you all to know that before going into the book, because I don't want anybody coming back to me and being like, They're not together. What's going on? It's literally in the prompts. Like, they're still working on their HEA. And it is left into your imagination. That's going to be Bella J's bookmarked. Y'all, this is definitely going to be one of my favorite books that I've read this year. Like, Bella J put her foot, leg, soul into this book, and she said, y'all are going to be satisfied. Don't ask me for a part 2. Don't ask me what's going on in their life right now. Make it up. Make this book enough. And you know what? For me, it is, because I believe that Books and Juice are like happy. They done found out a way to make it work, because this is a story where these two are literally married and they're going on a last hurrah weekend, getaway weekend, before they divorce. Knowing that our male main character is still absolutely in love with his wife. He's never stepped out on her, so don't even ask the question. She is his moon, his stars, his sun. She is everything that he orbits around. And she couldn't be more happy to be with this man, but she has found out that she has lost herself in their relationship because he is a star. And so she's like, I need to get back to me. Y'all, hear me out when I say this. This book right here, literally they are made for each other, and they just have to work through this one little patch, this one little hookup. And I think they're going to be fine. They are working on their happily ever after, and you can't tell me any different. Read the book and you'll see for yourself. The next question being, name a romance with stellar communication between the couple. This one, I'm going to choose Capone by Jacquel J. Y'all, these two here, they go on a wild ride. It is 3 books where literally there is a shootout in every particular book. There is so much drama wrapped in here, but one thing is going to be certain: the way in which Aaron and Capone have a great relationship, where Capone is going to be like, yeah, that's cool. I don't need to keep this secret from this woman. This is my wife. Like, we together. I love her. I'll make sure she knows, hey, that woman that I have a child with, you come before her. There's nobody that's going to be before you. I'm going to let you know what's going on so that you can keep your head on a swivel all the time, baby girl. I'm going to let you know, hey, your brother, this is what's going on with him. This is what I need him to be able to handle. You cool with that? Like, there is no better communication. Now, she may not like what he got to say, and she may not like the way that he go about things, but one thing she can't say is she ain't know, because Capone gonna tell her. Their communication, rock solid. The next question being, which romance has intimate scenes that contribute to the growth of the couple? Now, I could have went a number of different ways. I truly could have. This next book is the one that said it was talking to me in my ear. I have just recently read this, probably about 2 months ago. And those romance scenes live rent-free in my mind. That's going to be Harbor by Rebecca Weatherspoon. Now, let's get into the fact that this has a lot of kinks in it, and that also just lends to a good spicy time. But the way in which they use their romantic relationship and their interesting kink to help soothe their hurt and their grief and their pain, and the way in which they were able to communicate the things that they need and the consent in which the 3 people in this relationship needed to provide in order for them to feel comfortable in leaning into that relationship. Love it. These 3 here went through some heavy things, and you can see someone may be needed for pain to be provided to them. Someone may need it softness and care. There was a great way of balancing that and just being able to communicate, and this is what drives the communication. And I will tell you, anytime Rebecca Weatherspoon provides a BDSM relationship, she is going to give you the reason why, and she's going to make sure that all parties communicate and there's no confusion, there's no uncertainty. You know where each one in these relationship dynamics lied. There's nobody better to do it than Rebecca Weatherspoon. The next question is, name a romance with pining, can be mutual or can be one-sided. Now, this is the book. This book literally is my everything. I love it. It is hands down one of my favorite books ever. That is Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. And when I tell you, there is no romantic pining that anyone could ever do better than Dominic. Y'all, this man has loved this woman for 12 years in silence. Like, he has loved her, and she never knew. She never knew about the chemistry and the relationship that they could have had, because he sacrificed what he could have had for his best friend. And his best friend married her, loved her, gave her the world in 12 years. And the entire time, he has been holding a candle for her and her alone. Y'all don't hear me when I say there is no better romantic pining than this man for this woman. Sloane and Dominic forever, y'all. Best in the series, if you ask me. Next question is, which romance left you feeling a delicious tension or a longing between characters? Now, I will tell you, the tension was all me. I'm not even going to say it's the tension between the characters, but there is tension that's left off as a cliffhanger. This is part 1 of a 3-part series. I will tell you, the tension is there, but it's like angry tension. But they love each other so much. That's So Crushed by Gabriella G. Y'all, the way that this ended, I'm surprised that I'm sitting here talking to you right now and I haven't jumped into book 2. Like, I needed to take a break because it's heavy. This book is heavy. A lot of trauma, a lot of going on. These two couples fall into a romance and a whirlwind where it seems very unhealthy and it seems very toxic, but you really look at it, you're like, okay, I see it. I understand. However, we need therapy. One character is getting it, which is interesting because my next question talks about therapy, but there's a male main character in here who still needs therapy. He ain't found it yet. And so I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the best representation for that. But what it is the best representation for is leaving a book wanting more. Gabriella G, this is her debut, y'all. You couldn't tell me that she hasn't been a seasoned writer by this book alone. I will be continuing, so you will be hearing more from me. Now, like I said, the next question is, name a romance in which either one or both together work on themselves and or their relationship through therapy. It should be no second guessing what this book is. Like, I feel like anyone that does this tag, if you don't automatically say this one, did you read the book? Have you been to therapy? Did you know that this was a poster child for therapy? Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. I don't think I really need to say anything, but therapy is all about this book. Kennedy did her big one with this one. Y'all know it. Now, the last and final question that I have for you is, which romance has the most satisfying HEA for you as a reader? Now, I'm going to say this book because this book was the final in the series. It had the best wrap up of all 3. It had a found family element, which I'm telling you all is one of my quickly rationing tropes that I'm going to read every single time. This book had such a way of like providing that soft, warm hug that both of our characters needed. Like our female main character and our male main character absolutely needed it to wrap up in this way, in this manner. And it was just so satisfying to me to be able to see them get their HEA. That's going to be Assist by Alexandria House. Y'all, once you get to a point of reading this, you're like, these two are golden. I just want them to find their perfectly happy family. I want them to be able to love each other and not have to worry about people in their past that did them wrong. I don't want them to have to worry about what the social media thinks. I don't want them to have to worry about anything. As long as they have each other, That's all. And that's all we need. And then you get to see so many of the other characters from the other two books in this. It just was so touching to see this wrap up. The St. Louis Saga series is definitely a fantastic series, but the way in which Alexandria saved this one for the end lets me know, baby, she loves it. She loves them, and they deserve. That being said, if you want to do this tag, please, 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 I encourage you to do it. Make sure that you tag Diana. Make sure that you look at the questions down below. If you want to leave me an emoji, leave me a tiger emoji, because y'all know it. Y'all see it. Bianca Bambina, she definitely gives that tiger energy, and it's only right that we leave a tiger emoji in the comments. Thank you, Diana, for tagging me, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.